Ladies and gentlemen, my roleplay tour is still on the road. This weekend is a busy weekend. I'm heading to Enniskillen on Friday night. On Saturday night, I'm at Daly's Comedy Club in Omagh. And on Sunday, I'm at the fantastic Brickwork in Derry. So if you want to come and see me, you can follow the link in the description of this video and get your tickets now. The tickets are selling low for these ones, so come out, get them quick if there's still any available now. And for the rest of the tour, all the other dates are available on my website, daveelliottcomedy.com, and you can get your tickets snapped up now for the rest of the tour. The Sly Guy podcast is brought to you by our friends at Visualantics. Visualantics were the mind, the genius, the creativity behind the new look of the Sly Guy podcast. The new logo, the new setup, everything has been designed by Visualantics. And not only that, they have supplied some of the best podcast merch on the scene at the minute. Unbelievable pieces at their website, visualantics.com, and as part of the line, we have a bespoke limited edition run of Sly Guy podcast merch at last. And if that wasn't enough for you loyal listeners, you get 10% off whenever you use the code SLYGUY10 at checkout. So go get your merchandise at visualantics.com now. Use the code SLYGUY10 to get 10% off your purchase. Or if you're lazier and you don't want to actually type it in, the link to the merch is in the description of the podcast. Don't sleep on it. The Sly Guy podcast is always brought to you in association with Modest Beer. Modest Beer have been the long-time sponsor of the podcast, and we wouldn't have it any other way. If you want to subscribe to their brews letter and get any updates to do with Modest Beer, you head to their website right now, www.modestbeer.co.uk, and you can see all the range of the merch, you can see all the beers that they have, and you can also get 15% off because you follow this podcast at the checkout by using the code SLYPA15. That's SLYPA15 at checkout to get 15% off your Modest Beer purchase. The Sly Guy podcast is on Patreon. That's right. If you want bonus content, anything associated with the podcast, early access to new merch, early access to tickets, extra content, bonus podcasts, you go to patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast and subscribe for less than a cup of coffee right now.
I'm the Sly Guy.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Sly Guy podcast. We have our friend of the show, the man known as Mr. Butler, Aaron Butler, back on the pod today. And it was as stupid an episode as it always is with Aaron Butler. We spoke about some of the most random things we've spoken to date, whether or not the likes of Disney princesses consent to being woken by princes whenever they've been put to sleep by evil witches. Whether or not the two little aliens found in Peru were real aliens. We also spoke an awful lot about experimenting with Olympians. And of course, Mr. Butler's appearance as the host of Miss Northern Ireland. So guys, we're in a new studio. There is a new look. There's a new vibe to the podcast, but it's the same old energy. So enjoy this week's episode of the Sly Guy podcast with me and Mr. Butler. Welcome back to the podcast. The man they call the White Michael Jackson. Do they? Has anyone called you that before, or do you reckon that's a new thing? We could start.
It's an interesting phrase to say because Michael Jackson, as we know, I'm trying to say this without getting cancelled. He was white, like his skin was white.
Right, okay.
But he was also an African American man.
Yeah, that's fair. So he was a black man. However, when it came to pass, when he died, he did end up, if you were to look at him and you were to put him against a chart of color, it's a white guy.
Yes, if you were to get someone in a time machine, transport them, they've never seen Michael Jackson as a black man before, show them the dead Michael Jackson white man, and you go, what race is this guy? They would tell you Caucasian.
Yeah, but you know what the weird thing is, right? I was reading a story this week. I don't know if you see it. First of all, welcome to the podcast, Aaron Butler.
We like to start off
Thank
strong.
You.
We like to start off controversial. We like to start off near-ending my career.
What is the podcast called? The Sly Guy podcast. We like to get into the Sly issue straight away off the bat, and that is a problem. Michael Jackson is the colour white. He's an African American man, but now the thing about this is, right, see if you looked at Michael Jackson's corpse.
Yes, which I have.
Yeah, it's a sight, right? And it reminded me of something. I don't know if you saw this news story that they found apparently, allegedly, little aliens in Peru. Have you seen this news story? No. So there was an issue at customs.
Brings a whole new meaning to Peru too.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just two wee aliens smuggling coke.
Maybe that's what they were. Maybe it's those girls again. They're back in a new gaze. But these two, like little, I mean, they're little mummified bodies of aliens, apparently, right? So the customs in Peru were like,
I have seen this.
Do you know how they speak in Peru? I don't know. I'm gonna try it because I've only seen Paddington, and he's a wee bit like, I'm from Peru. So
Paddington Bear?
Paddington Bear, yeah, from deepest, darkest Peru. Do you know
Paddington Bear's from Peru?
Yeah. Do you not know that? He's a Peruvian brown bear, mate.
Okay.
And that's where or a honey bear, a black bear. I mean, too many races of bears.
Yeah.
But he's from Peru. That's his origin. From deepest, darkest Peru is where Paddington's from. So, customs found these two little mummified bodies.
Right.
And
Get down a water slide.
Yeah. Yeah, these two. I don't know if that's the way Peruvian aliens sound, but they were going down a water.
Yeah.
They were found, and they were and they're in wee outfits, right?
Yeah.
And they're dressed
like bow ties.
like a little dress and a little suit, except no bottoms. So again, Paddington style. But whenever they were discovered, the Peruvian people were like, these are little alien mummies. We found aliens, right? Mm-hmm. So they sent the bodies off to the scientists to prove or not whether they were aliens.
Yeah. And
the results came back, and you know what the results said?
Were they just dwarfs from Wizard of Oz?
No, they were dolls. But you know what the dolls are made of, which is probably the weirdest part? Old animal bones and glue. So somebody made these little weird creatures out of animal bones and glue, and the Peruvians were like, these are like aliens to me. I don't know if that's the way they sound. It's generic.
That was Michael Jackson if he was Mexican.
Like, right, I want you to do a Mexican Michael.
Hey, SA.
Is that good? It's just Michael Jackson speaking in Spanish words.
But he said SA.
Hello, SA. There's no twang to that at all.
Jermaine, I want a burrito.
Janet, have you put the photograph of Daddy on the ofrendo for the Day of the Dead? when he eats too hot a spice. And he just goes by the name L. Michael Jackson. Whoa, how did that start off with Michael Jackson's corpse? Well, welcome to the podcast anyway.
I have no idea.
Aaron Butler, it's a pleasure as always to have you. And you know what?
Good to be here.
You look well. First of all, we'll talk about your look generally, but I like that you've dressed in theme to the new setup. This is your first time since we've had the makeover.
Yep.
What do you think? You look very comfortable in the seat.
I feel much better. Now, what I will say is there's no table in front of us anymore, and that means we have to wear trousers now.
Yeah.
'Cause me and you would both just do dicks out for podcasts.
Yeah, like Paddington style, like Winnie the Pooh style.
We do Paddington style when we pod. People don't know that. If you go back and watch all the old episodes, just watch those, remembering our dicks are fully airing out.
But you know what? That there's pros and cons about going bottomless on the podcast. The pros, of course, being nice airy dick.
Yeah.
Cons are like smelly seat. You know, we had leather seats before. Now we've these nice seats. But you know what? You know why people say that the world's being destroyed by people by using
environment
like
stuff.
Environment. Like you should actually get yourself an ambassadorial role for the world with that sort of knowledge.
Yeah,
like
I am the Greta Thunberg of West Belfast.
Yeah,
I believe.
I mean that's a great slogan. That should be your new show.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, single-use items, single-use new buying. Like these are actually
DOMs.
Yeah, I always
DOMs are ruining
the
carbon emissions coming out of DOMs.
I think that's true. Like, why do you get rid of the plastic and straws, but you still have rubber and DOMs?
Exactly.
Why don't you just
because the turtles aren't choking on them?
No, because the turtles aren't dirty wee bastards. Like, hey, where's that spunk?
Can I give you a fact about DOMs that I learned recently?
Like, now you're talking about actual condoms, not delayed onset muscle soreness.
Yes,
because a lot of people listen to this podcast for fitness advice. So.
Sorry, yes. When I say DOMs, I am referring to the abbreviated version of condoms.
Okay.
Just to save people time, because
Yeah.
that one syllable makes a whole big difference. So I was because I'm researching bits for jokes at the minute, and
oh yeah, bits for jokes.
Bits for jokes, yeah. How to researching condoms, you know me. Sure,
Yeah.
fucking, you know,
True, bareback mountain over
Bareback
here.
Butler here. You know what I'm saying? But basically, so the Olympic Village, the Olympics is happening this summer, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. The Olympic Village gets supplied with 300,000 DOMs for the tenure of the Olympians staying there. Now, how many Olympians are in the Olympic Village? 14,000.
Uh-huh.
So when you break that down, that's 20 DOMs a person.
Yeah.
There's no way they're.
And there's a few frigid's in there too.
Do you reckon there's some virgins in the
Yeah,
Olympics?
I'd say there's some that aren't. And then there's obviously some, you know that singer, BB King, some bareback kings in there too, you know. So I'd say that there's some
Barebacking at the Olympics?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? That's it.
We'd get
Fuck
gold.
me. If ever there was a time to bareback anywhere, it's the Olympics.
Why?
All these super elite
Super babies?
athletes. Fuck me, mate. Like, what I'd be doing, I'd be getting America and Britain and all the allies just in a big fuck hut. I'd be making super soldier children to go and fight Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do that. You know what I mean? I would get those guys in there, make super fuck babies that can run faster, swim faster.
I don't like when you call them super fuck babies. I have to be honest there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they are the product of a super fuck, not that they are super fuck babies.
I would
point
hope
out
that someone from your radio tenure has just tuned in right now to be like, that guy's a lovely wee guy on the radio. I'd love to hear what he says on his own platform. And you've just said we should make super fuck babies.
Listen,
and they're like, nah.
that would. I mean, those guys could definitely ruin the Cabbage Patch Kids. Can you imagine? Yeah, but you know that's what I'd be doing. Like, so say for example, right?
Yeah.
You say you want like a really good middle distance runner. Right. You know, you get like somebody like an elite sprinter. Mm-hmm. This is how dogs get bred, and then you take like the Mo Farah, the elite long distance runners. Mm-hmm. Boom, you should have the genes for a perfect middle distance runner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. What other sports could you combine?
Combine. I mean, you could get an ultimate rioter if you took like shot put, and then you put them with sprinter, so then they can fuck a bottle and run away from the peace line. You know, so there's different ways you could make it. See, whenever you're creating super fuck babies, there's opportunity to experiment. What I'm saying is that's the experiments you need to be doing. None of this human centipede. Like, stop all that. There's no point in that.
To be fair, I don't think there is anyone doing real human centipede.
Yeah, that was based on that was a documentary
based on true.
Yeah, true story.
My friend kept forgetting the name of the movie and just kept calling it the Millipede Man. that was our good friend Brian Rush. Yeah, you also know. The
Millipede Man, that sounds like a character of James and the Giant Peach.
We watched The Human Centipede in uni.
Mm-hmm. Like, as part of your degree? Or, I was going to say, that's a pretty weird one.
Yeah, it'd be pretty evil, the teacher, to do that. Mm-hmm. No, we were all friends in uni and we watched it, just all as mates together, and we were like...
Did you ever be like, should we?
Yeah, is anyone feeling this?
For a bit of crack.
Anyone vibing off the old arse chain?
Mm-hmm. Like, no. It definitely seems to me to be like, as a single guy, you're more in this world nowadays. Mm-hmm. But it seems to be more like a current thing of people going to ass the mouth.
Yeah.
It seems to be a more current vibe.
Yeah.
Do you think that's come off the back of the Human Centipede, or do you think it's just like people? It's like anything. If you become desensitized to the stuff you end up doing is just wild.
Does that mean in like 30 years time, what's people going to be doing?
You'd be climbing inside people's arses and living in them like a dead carcass, like, you know, in The Revenant when he climbed in the body and tried to hide from the bear.
Great.
Yeah, you'll just be, I don't even
like
know.
Like when you're in the desert at night and they say it gets freezing in the desert at night, you should crawl into something and kill a bear or whatever.
But I was chatting about this obviously with Mickey, and it's that thing that I think what you're used to when you're sort of growing. Like in our day, you'd have seen maybe Page 3 or some magazines or whatever. Now you can get full.
Yeah.
You can see inside someone's body on your phone like that.
Yeah, you can.
Do you know what I mean? So what is next? Like, I always go back to
the metaverse. Mean you put that headset on and you fly through their esophagus.
But there's gonna be something eventually where there'll be like a that goes on to your, like, you'll not be jacking yourself.
Surely
anymore.
They already have one of those.
But like if you're in the metaverse and you're just becoming like real life Stephen Hawking people, aren't you? Like you're letting your bodies lie there, and then like robots are sucking. Like it's probably like, I don't know, a protein shaker with a grip in the end. Just goes.
Yeah.
And you're lying there going, you know what I mean? Like that's what the future holds, and like. It scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I love it.
But you also can't wait for it.
Oh, I know. But then it's a whole, like, Andrew Ryan's a prime example of this sort of technology. Right? Bear with me. He is building an entire flight simulator. Like, you will need a spare room in your house and people go in and they'll be like, like, we'll use you, for example, what's Butler got in his spare room? And you go in, you'll have probably something like a dentist chair, won't you?
That'd be cool.
Like a VR headset that lowers down, and then you have the there's only one thing you're doing in that room. It's a jack room.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays you can just go and use your hand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So people are going to know you have a perv room in the future.
But look, that's what, humanity's all about, Dave. It's advancing as a society. It's progressing. It's, making it so that we don't have to jack ourselves anymore. I'm sick of jacking myself. I'm at the point now where I'm like, bring Rise of the Machines. You know what I mean? Terminator, Sperminator. Get me,
Sherminator?
Get it going, get it popping. I'm ready for the next phase of my life.
I'm scared of that whole technology, and I know
you want to keep it nostalgic. You like the old school vibe of jacking it off.
I've called this before.
Yeah.
But I want James Cameron on the pod.
Oh, right.
Not to jack me off,
okay.
no. I want
James Cameron on the pod?
I want him on the pod to ask him questions. I want to know who he knows. I want to go, who do you know? How do you know the future? And what's the deal with those Peruvian alien babies? Right. I want to ask him how he knows that, because you think of some of the films he's made that have just fully predicted the future. Terminator. Everything that's happened in Terminator is basically coming into fruition now. AI, the rise of the machines, self-service checkouts in Tesco's. He called it. Yeah. And then what's his other movie he goes and does? Avatar, the metaverse. He's calling all these things in the future. So it makes me go, this guy knows more shit than he's letting on.
Yeah. He's just got a very big imagination.
But is he a modern day Baba Vanga or Nostradamus?
Who's Baba Vanga? Sounds like a wrestler.
Baba Vanga is a tag team partner of Papa Shango.
Yeah.
No, Baba Vanga is this woman
It's a woman?
Who's blind. So disrespectful. I was going to say to any blind people watching, but hardly. So Baba Vanga was this like predictor, like Nostradamus guy, but she predicted in some of her big ones. She goes, in 2001, I don't know if this is her voice, this could be entirely different, but I just imagine that's how blind people speak.
Yeah,
so she went in, I don't know, I will stop short of doing the eyes, right? But she goes...
You can't help it, you have to do the eyes.
In 2001, no. She goes, in 2001... metal birds will fly into two big towers.
Right.
9/11, mate.
9/11, yeah.
Then
why did she not call them planes though? I don't get that.
Because I think she was alive in the time where planes didn't exist.
Oh, is she like an old?
She might be like. Should we research Baba Vanga and see what they say?
Yeah.
Because like I tell you what, you're a man who you appreciate the female form. You do.
Yeah.
You like a woman.
Yeah. Why are you going to show me pictures of Baba Vanga?
Yeah, but I'm going to say Baba Vanga isn't what you would call sexy.
That's a shame.
No disrespect to Baba Vanga, but Baba Vanga looks like what I would imagine. You remember you went to see Michael and he was dead? That's Baba Vanga. Like, she looks like...
What year's that photo from?
Hello, that's her. I can't see, but I can. That's... So Baba Vanga, so Baba Vanga predictions. Let's go for some of the things she predicted, will we?
Yeah.
She predicted Princess Diana's death, World War II, Chernobyl, 9/11. So she rose to fame in the 70s and 80s. So she's dead now, R.I.P. Didn't see that one coming. But she's...
but hold on, this still doesn't talk about my argument of metal birds in the sky.
Right, let me try and see what she says about 9/11, what she said. Yeah, is this not Russia and Palestine, obviously, she called that.
Of course she did.
The world's going to end in 5079, so we're sweet. Don't worry about that.
We have a long time to go.
So let's see, Baba Vanga.
I think the world ends way before that.
Nice.
Don't they say that we've only the chances of the world surviving another 100 years is like very, very not good?
Yeah, because we're ruining the place. Like you're the environment man.
All right.
You should know this shit. Hold on, tell me. Metal birds, Baba Vanga. Hold on. Or maybe I've just made this up.
I feel like you've just pulled that from somewhere. But good on you.
I mean, if this is like the worst Mandela effect ever, right? Which of our predictions came true, right? Now here we are. You might need to kill a bit of time while I'm just looking at Bob here.
All right.
2022 floods. She predicted 9/11, right? This is what she said about it. Horror. She said in 1989.
On the wall. What's the worst tragic event of them all?
9/11.
She looks like the Wicked Witch, to be fair, from Snow White.
So much like it. She goes, sorry, horror. She reported She said that the American brethren will fall after being attacked by the steel birds. The wolves will be howling in a bush, and innocent blood will be gushing.
See, I hate the way she speaks in riddles.
Yeah, but she was from the riddle time. Oh no,
She wasn't. She was from 1970.
but that's when she rose to fame. But she was dead and all. So they just saw her predictions. Oh no, this is going to be interesting. Now, here's the thing about people that predict things. Anything that you want to be interpreted can be interpreted.
Yes.
Like, you could say steel birds are drones, couldn't you? You could.
You could say that. You could
Yeah.
say, you know, if maybe it's the name of a terrorist group, the Steel
Yeah.
Birds.
Or a rock band, which I would like to go and see.
Yeah.
Now, apparently she's predicted the rise of Barack Obama and Donald Trump. So, let's see what she said. According to what she said, everyone.
I think it's just a black man's going to be president.
No, but I mean, this is the thing. She says that she's predicting it and then doesn't actually
have any.
pull through. She doesn't be like, Barack Obama here, mate.
I feel like the internet there's too much fake news on there.
Yeah,
now.
you know what? Look up Baba Vanga.
Yeah.
Baba Vanga's here. No disrespect. Sorry, Baba.
Maybe she was.
But yeah, maybe that's why her eyes aren't there.
Bucked out of her.
Like a fucking Looney
Once you've
Tunes.
seen, once you've seen like 100 dicks makes you blind.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
we don't know. We haven't tested the theory.
no, but yeah, so there's plenty of those things. So she said she predicted that, and this is the thing with James Cameron. I think he has that kind of power. So what other movies has he done that you would be like, that's?
He hasn't done. He's only done Terminator and Avatar, hasn't he?
Oh, he's done more.
Name
Did
other
he,
James
Did he
Cameron
do The
movies.
Abyss?
See, I don't know.
But well, I hate to be on my phone on the pod, but I need to do the research because I don't have the producer in today. So James Cameron movies, and then we'll see. But he's safe anyway, isn't he? Because he's a multi-millionaire now, so he'll be able to do whatever he needs.
I mean,
And it's good to say he wasn't on like Epstein's Island either. So he's a good guy.
okay, yeah, we figured that out. Yeah.
His filmography. You're right. Terminator.
Because
Avatar.
those movies take so long to make that he can't do anything else.
Oh, Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
I didn't know he was.
Yeah.
There you go.
Aliens.
With Ridley Scott.
He was involved in Aliens.
Good man.
He was the director and the writer of Aliens. The Abyss. He's always doing sci-fi stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got that imagination. Like
Oh,
we say.
here, Titanic.
That's a sci-fi one.
Yeah.
Sure,
Terminator, Avatar, but then that's all he's been doing really since Avatar and Avatar 3
Do you like
and
the
Avatar 4.
Avatars?
Honestly, I think they're overrated. I thought the first one was fine,
Yeah.
but you know when you're like, it's all this money and like it looks nice, but you know what also looks nice? Moana.
Moana's lovely. Yeah.
Moana looks nice. Coco. Disney movies are beaut. See Pixar films.
Aye.
Love them.
They have just the formula. They just know.
Yeah, and they make I am a pussy.
Right.
Yep, I cry
Oh,
every Disney film.
yeah.
Like I cry.
I think that's good though. That shows you're emotional.
Yeah, but it's like every one I cry. Like Matilda now sings the song from Moana.
Yeah.
And like when she sings that and I hear that song, it makes me cry.
Yeah,
So it reminds
yeah.
me of her. Coco just is sad because it's about like people. I'm gonna go. It's about people leaving a legacy so that when you die,
Oh, Jesus.
people will remember you.
Oh,
You know what I
Jesus.
mean?
Yep.
And that's a lot.
What
you
is
know?
there a Disney movie you shouldn't cry at?
Probably a few.
Aladdin, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I don't like? I don't like nowadays, like, listen, we warning before, these were made in a time, shut up.
Oh, they do that now, don't they?
Like Snow White and the Seven, they're like, don't call them seven, they were seven dwarfs.
Yeah.
Let them be. That's what they were in the story.
Yeah. True.
You know, and then they're like, by the way, there's an issue of consent here between Snow White being
because
kissed.
he kisses her.
Yeah, but what's the option? Being dead forever, a dude kissing you, you come back to life?
It would be funny if she came back to life and was like, "Did you just kiss me?"
Yeah. I mean, there's a sketch.
Like,
Like, that's fucking hilarious. Excuse me, did I consent to that? I don't think so.
what if I wanted to stay dead? You ever think about that, mister?
And no one says true love's kiss has to be on the lips either.
It could be on a different set of lips.
Yeah.
Imagine the prince. Like, you have to kiss her on the lips to wake her up. He's like, I gotta know. He goes, hear you loud and clear.
And then the worst thing about that's the seven dwarfs who are sitting watching going, oh no, fuck me. What's going on? And then it's like, oh, it didn't work. Hang on there. That's the worst. Like, that's an awkward one. You'd be like, listen, lads, don't worry about it. I'll just get back on my horse here and fuck off back to the Magic Kingdom.
No, he just hoists the hips up a wee bit and goes straight into the fucking arsehole. He's like, don't worry.
When you wish upon a star. The little. Yeah, they never clarified. Maybe that's the new Disney film.
Yeah.
I mean, what I don't think they're going to be putting out a show called The Arse Eating Prince, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I like the new studio.
Yeah, cheers. I was going to say, your hair's looking good. You've gone for a new style here.
I have a skin fade right now.
Yeah. And is that the first time you faded it that much? I think
I've
so.
had it faded before, but...
Not as tight?
My usual barber doesn't really like to do fades. Neil isn't like a fade guy.
Oh, Neil from
Skinny Isaacs, who do some great work, by the way. Big fan of their shop.
He did my hair when I had it.
Yeah. And look
He
how
did a
that
good
turned
job.
out.
Yeah, but
I
you know
might have
what?
to stop.
No, but this suits me better. I look back at photos of me with hair now, I'm like, I look weird.
Yeah, I have to say, I think I'm finally used to you without hair now.
Yeah,
I think
good.
it took me like a lot of months.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird, but...
I think I was also trying to get you to hold on to it as well.
Yeah, but that's for your own amusement though, wasn't it?
No, I wanted your hair to make a comeback. I wanted to get you on the minoxidil. I wanted to get you on the gear.
But does that work? Like, for example,
Yeah.
right, I have the patch here and a patch here.
Yeah.
If I took stuff, because here's the thing, and no disrespect to any of the doctors that listen to the podcast, but I don't think hair transplants are good.
Okay.
All right? I don't think I've seen a good hair transplant.
I've seen a few good ones.
But the ones to me, my point being, is they all look like wigs. You can get wigs now with a wee bit of fabric.
Joe, who has a great one, Neil Delamere.
Yeah, but his hair also isn't like the style I have's up at the front. His is down a wee bit, so it sort of covers. But if you see that line, for some reason, the line of the hair is just like, it's like a John Travolta wig. Yeah. If your hair goes back, it's just like, and it looks so done.
See, it depends where you go and stuff too. Mm-hmm. Like if you go to one of those cheap clinics, they basically just do the big line across your head.
Yeah, but like John Travolta, there's a man who has all the money in the world, and he's still just bald with wigs.
Yeah, well, he wears wigs now.
Wickedly talented. One and only.
He wears wigs.
Yeah.
Travolta.
Elton does too.
They're pretty open about it, I think.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough to them. I would. My dream is to get you one of the wigs like Glenn has.
Like I have Glenn's wig somewhere.
I know you do,
building,
but I want to take you to a place that like does your own wee bespoke.
But I've had that, like at Chris McNaughton on the Big Bear before, and he tried that.
Right.
He got it because he's bald.
And
he got a wig. Now he's a big fella, big strong man, and he's part of like his whole being is training, working out in the gym. Great guy. But he was saying to me he's wearing this in the gym and sweating under it, and it wasn't like staying the way it should. And I'm a sweaty guy.
Yeah.
So he was saying like by the end his was like all different angles just from working out and all. So he's like, I just had to embrace the bald.
Yeah.
That's it. And I also think like there was a guy I used to work with who there's no chat about his hair, but it's one of those things you can tell when a guy's losing his hair.
Yeah.
He had like the recede here. It was going back. He had like an island there and a bit of bald at the back.
Yeah.
One day, this dude just turns up at work, full head of hair, like over a weekend, not a word said.
Yeah.
And like he was just telling everybody, went to the barber and all. And like he wasn't like, oh, I've got this hair piece on.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, and he wouldn't like, and it wasn't. He wasn't a banter guy.
Yeah.
So he wasn't be like, oh, I just went to the hairdresser. He was like, yeah, and then everyone's going, these motherfuckers. Like, is nobody gonna say he's got this wig or and then like he just eventually ended up bald again, so I don't know what the crack is with them, but I just think that it's one of those things. There's definitely a stigma about men and their hair.
There is, and I don't think there should be. Like women get the baps done and all.
Yeah, but
women get the Botox and all.
But you know what? Here's the thing: there are people out there. Thankfully, I'm not one of them. These people who feel so terrible about losing their hair. I'll not lie, when I first took the shave right down, it was a wee bit like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because I was a bit tanned at the time, and then when the hair was all just white at the head, and I looked like, oh no.
Yeah.
But now I've got a bit of head colour, and it's all round. Like, I quite like it. It's how I look, and it's what I'm used to. But, like, and that's actually, I think, a problem with some of, like, my, like artwork, see, for the current tour. I had someone go to me, I didn't even know that was you. Like, why? Because you got hair. I'm like,
I know.
Fuck. So it's a wee bit kind of.
No, you did tell me, is there a
bollocks.
way to change this artwork so you can give me a bald head?
Yeah.
I was like, not really.
Yeah, but you know what?
I could, but it would look weird.
But then, like, so the next show I'm doing is just my big bald head with a title on it.
Yeah,
so
that's all you need.
But it's a weird thing, and I do think men out there do get very paranoid about their hair to the point that it can affect confidence, life in general, and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate to be bald. Like, I think I would definitely feel an effect of it if it happened to me.
Yeah, but you don't. You seem all right. Like, you don't.
I'm okay.
Like, there's no real patches I can see that are. Yeah.
No, we're pretty thick on there.
And you do look exactly like Joel McHale. Speaking of Joel McHale, he's had the hair transplant, so
he has had one,
and his is decent.
His
but again,
is decent.
It's still that it's too much. You know, if I'd be saying like put a couple of wee sprogs in there, it looks like it's not just, you know.
Yeah.
But then there's that pressure of Hollywood, isn't there, and being in show business.
I know. I feel it. You know, the Hollywood guy right here.
Yeah, but and then there's this, just the big bald idiot,
No,
which is what I'm known as in my house.
You're not. I will say, now that we have like a wider camera lens and stuff, it really puts into scale the size of you compared to me.
Yeah, it does. Like, generally speaking, and these seats are like.
I look like a child right now.
Yeah.
I also am sitting very gay.
Yeah, but that's how you sit.
Is that okay?
You know, like, just sit how you sit.
I feel like I should be more like this.
I don't think you suit that. I
know.
Looking at you now, it's weird. It's like, who are you? Like, trying to do Conor McGregor.
But now I worry if I go on to a talk show on like somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like.
Well, I was on Pamela Valentine's.
Oh,
UTV
you
Fair.
dirty bastard! You fucking.
I was on yesterday.
Speaking of Snow White,
and I was like sitting in the seat like this. It was like, I felt very like, hello, mate.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. How was it?
Oh man, I love Pamela Valentine. She's brilliant.
National treasure.
Brilliant. Oh, you know what people say there are.
What a lady.
But you know what? See, when you meet her, like I've met her now a couple of times. First time I met her was during filming a sketchy. How many years ago? Yeah. She got me in a headlock.
Oh, I remember that.
It was a fun time. And then I met her once. A mutual friend was trying to introduce me to her at a concert, but Pamela had the wine on board. She was having a great time, and I was like, "Listen, Pamela's enjoying herself. Let's not, let's not." And then yesterday, it's like she carries herself like. You know, people say like a princess has a like if you meet like a Princess Diana, there's just an aura about her. She's just such a lady, like you said, a lady. Carries so good to chat to.
Yeah,
you know, really, really sound and we had a great bit of crack, and I thought the interview was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll be out last week on UTV or whatever. You can check that out. But
I was at an event last night where Michelle O'Neill was sitting right behind me.
Nice. And what was that event? The Ardèche?
It was just the annual meeting of the lads, just doing the minutes. It was the Irish News Awards I was at last night, which Neil Delamere hosted.
Nice.
Murdered. Oh
yeah.
My god. Yeah. It was like a masterclass in hosting. But yeah, she was there.
And what were you doing at it? Just there?
I got invited as a guest through Mr. David Mead, who had a table last night. I'm essentially a seat filler, but I was there, and like Michelle was there, and I would have loved to have went over and just been like,
"Do you want to go with me?"
Yes, yeah. I'd go with Michelle if it,
Listen, if you're listening, Michelle, I know she's a fan of the pod. So
she's a married woman, isn't she as well?
Yeah.
Michelle, I'm sorry, I don't mean that. Apologies.
Yeah. No, you do. It's all right.
Listen, happy days. But like she's a lady. Mm-hmm. She's a nice woman. Like everyone that went up and talked to her. She was she gave them a lot of time and like talking phrases and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I part of me wanted to be like, Michelle, do you know who I am? I'm from West Belfast, no? All
right. But I think if you watch my special Africa on YouTube now, you know.
But then I was like, no, I'm not, I don't have the recognition yet to do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
See, because whenever you told me you were there, I thought you were there when you were going to tell me what table. I thought it was going to be the Miss NI table.
No,
because that's another thing. You've now. Could you call yourself Mr. NI?
I would say. I mean, I might as well because there's no other Mr. NIs about at the minute.
For those who don't know, this guy here ended up hosting the Miss Northern Ireland pageant. Now, let me put this. For me, when I heard you're hosting the Miss NI contest,
what's your first reaction?
My thought was, this is like finding out Jeffrey Dahmer's hosting Pride. That's what I thought. I was like, when I heard you were hosting Miss NI, I was like, it's like, who's hosting
it's like
Pride?
Dahmer in the Million Man March.
I was like, how is he managing to get this?
Dahmer's hosting Black History Month.
Yeah, so that was the thought, and
yeah.
my first thought was he's gonna do something. I was like, he's gonna say something, or he's gonna do something, and it's gonna be. But thankfully, you got through it all right.
Got through it all right. Yeah,
was that thing, because I found this too when you get a microphone in your face and it's not a podcast, so you have to go, oh, don't swear. Shit.
Yeah.
Did you have something you're like, don't make a joke that's gonna maybe not land here?
Yeah, it was a hard gig to balance, to be fair, because it was quite long. It's like 3.5 hours long, and like,
I mean, that should be longer, I think.
it's a slog, like. But the issue is sort of the way the show is structured. You kind of have to. It's a balancing act between like all the sponsors involved, the girls, and then the audience and entertaining them. Blah blah blah. So like, it's very difficult to throw in some jokes, and I think because of the reputation the event has of being like this prestigious, you know.
Because like a lot of times, if you win Miss Northern Ireland, you're set.
Yeah. It's a great contest, and look, it's great work that they all do. A part of that, because they do loads of like charity work and things too. But it's like, you know, you're just sort of you're trying to you want to put comedy in there, but they're not used to it, or they've never heard it before in an event like that, so they're going, oh, are we okay to laugh here? Are we, you know what I mean? So there's a bit of like almost reteaching the audience, like, this is a fun event.
Yeah.
Like, have fun. Like, it's all good. Like, we're going to crown her, don't worry. Like, you don't have to be like, you know, on edge all the time. Yeah. So there was a bit of that, but
sometimes the world of beauty is a bit sort of prim proper. Like, you have to carry yourself a certain way.
Well, there's an elegance to it, yeah. But I think let's start shifting the balance of it. Let's make it a fun show. Let's make it a variety show. Let's make it Eurovision meets Ant and Dec Saturday Night Takeaway meets, I don't know, but
like,
you know
Nickelodeon gunge them and all.
No, I don't want. I'm not going to gunge any of the Miss NI girls.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Yeah. You got to be careful what you say there. Yeah, oops.
You're getting gunged. I'm like, where's the bucket? I'm like,
yeah. The other host, I guess, this isn't in the script, and you're like, I know, it's a wee bit of improv for you.
Just go with it, love.
Yeah.
Nice up. Why are you doing like this? Do you want to win? Do you want to be Miss NI? But yeah, do you know what? I genuinely did love hosting it, and if there's ever any other hosting opportunities that come my way, I'll be sure to take them. Like, because
I would like you to host the Pleasure Boys next time they're here.
What, like for dinner?
I just put well, I think that would be a lot of fun to come or come dine on me. Yeah, they were certainly eating some box that night.
Did you ever see the one? I think I told you this, and funny, the girls who showed me this were basically that I don't want to out anyone who showed me the video, but there was a video of the Pleasure Boys that I hadn't seen, and it was one of the Pleasure Boys opens his foreskin up. It's soft dick.
Can I just say, can you give an accurate, because you just went like it was a fucking bin bag. You were just about to
the fucking size of it.
Yeah.
It was a bin bag. The fucking, he opens up the foreskin a wee bit. A woman pours a shot of Fireball whiskey into the foreskin, and the girl just takes it out of his foreskin.
Right. There's issue with that.
Yeah.
A couple of things.
Yes.
First and foremost, Fireball whiskey is going to sting
on
your
the dick.
belly.
On the dick, like
that's
right onto the raw dick.
Like, that's going to sting.
Or does it make it better?
But then also, when she's doing the shot, does the Fireball whiskey end up being a wee bit like Goldschlager? Like, there's a wee bit of floaty in it. You know what I mean? Like, is that going to be a completely clean penis, or is there going to be bits on it? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. Call me old fashioned, but I just think that's a bit of a stretch too far. Quite literally,
bit of a stretch too far.
Quite literally.
Not for him, it wasn't.
No,
he could have put a liter of Fireball in that thing.
Yeah,
fucking
like a big barrack.
Big stein.
Yeah.
Big stein of Fireball. But yeah, I'd seen. You haven't seen that one, have you?
No.
Someone listening to this pod will have that video. Send it to Davey on Instagram,
yes,
so we can have a wee see of it. But it was eye opening.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. But this is the downside, right? Because come back
of what, putting whiskey in your dick?
No, of the Pleasure Boys and the Ferrari that all went with it. They've come back.
Was there a downside?
Yeah, because now they're back. And they're in the Silver Birch in Oma, and they're in Ballymena somewhere.
Banbridge,
but they're not able to get the Walt out anymore because here's the thing I don't get: the Presbyterian, hardline Presbyterian church are protesting. Why do you guys give fuck? Like, why do you guys have to see this is a disgrace what the pleasure boys are doing. Like, just ignore it, brothers. You know what I mean? They're not coming down to your church. You're not getting the moderator of the Presbyterian church and beating them around the face with a walt, like, are they?
Maybe they are just behind the scenes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But here's the argument that they would give you is it's affecting the culture, Dave. It's affecting the youth. It's affecting, families. This isn't family behaviour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they say.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
The women paid their money and they fucking loved it. And I guarantee everyone else that's bought tickets after that are looking a walt up a kite, like.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you're going out and they're looking to do some sucking and tugging.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd be raging. See if I went out and I just did a bottle of Prosecco and wasn't able to touch a dick.
Yeah.
I'd be furious.
What's the point? They're not called the Displeasure Boys.
No.
They're called the Pleasure Boys.
Because then there's other guys too who've done well off the back of the Pleasure Boys, like the Dream Boys.
Right.
Those guys are doing a show on the waterfront. Now, my wife went to see the Dream Boys before, and she said that they were very much like they must have had a budget because they weren't even ripping their vests off. They were taking them off and folding them, so they must have to reuse the vests.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I was like, "What do you want?" She said, "I just want to see them rip." And I know it's too much information for your wife to be like, "I want to see rip her shirts off and rip her dicks out."
Why is your wife a builder? From
I don't know.
West
She's just, what
Belfast?
the fuck? I know.
But
you know what I mean? It's not sexy to take your clothes off gently and fold them.
No.
You want to see a
but
guy
they're
ripping
helping
them
the
off.
environment.
True.
You know what I mean? They're like, we got to reuse these vests,
See,
boys.
that's very true. They maybe shouldn't be called the Dream. They should be called the Environment Boys. You know, it's very different.
And everything they do has to cater towards helping the environment.
Yeah, like that's a lot. Like, see, nowadays, if you're pitching a show,
you
have to have an element in your pitch that's going to adhere to like recycling. You know, like whenever we wrote the blab for Channel 4, we had to have a thing. We had to have a line in it that was like, "But we won't put any rubber tires on our bonfire because that's against the environmental." It's mad, which is mad. All I'm saying is, you know what? Within reason, if people are out at a show and they're all consenting to what's going on, just keep it to yourself. I also think it's back to the problem of those touting bastards that are in there taking the videos. Don't be posting them online. Don't be saying them. Keep them to yourself.
Surely the Pleasure Boys have it figured out now, though, where they have maybe some sort of phone policy. Because surely you would
like Kevin Hart.
Yeah, you just go listen. Because the girls are going, oh, maybe they're not going to get them out. On the door guy goes, listen, they're going to get them out, but just put the phone away, and then everyone will have a good time.
Hey, listen, don't be a wee fruit. Stick your phone away.
Don't be weird. Just fucking stick the phone away.
Give him a bit of cock. Phone away.
Do you want to see you put the fireball in his dick?
Yeah.
Here, put the phone away.
You want fireball in your dick? How about something else? What's that? What about a bit of aftershock out his hole? Sticky aftershock up his shitter, and he'll fart it in the ear gob. The blue aftershock, poof, like an avatar boking right into your face. You know, you can get
Prince Eric comes in.
Go for it. Do you know what? The only people that I do sort of feel a bit bad for in the whole
are the old ladies.
So I don't know those they're the dirtiest of all time bastards.
Why are old ladies the dirtiest women ever?
I don't know.
Old ladies will just hold a dick, just like a trophy.
But that's you see, there was one picture of one woman just going like she just caught a big trout. You know. And then, but the worst thing about it, there was another woman with her because the old woman had the dick. She was just had her hand on his thigh, like just here, and he was like, "That's dead on, isn't it?" You know, it's very funny. But that was the thing. It's the people who maybe like the KPs or the glass collectors, like the 16-year-olds that are just out doing a day's work. They're up collecting glasses at the Devonish, and then like it could just be a good living, Christian type, and then you seeing these fucking mama dongs here, just like the dicks you've never seen. Like, see here's another one. Let's throw the fucking cat amongst the pigeons.
Okay.
Let's throw a pleasure boy into the Olympic Village.
Oh fuck!
And those super fuck babies are going to be insane.
Oh Jesus Christ! No.
Yeah.
No.
What do you think about that?
Oh, well, here's the thing: you couldn't have any baby the pleasure boy has not going to be a runner. You can't run with a fucking python between your legs. You know what I mean?
True. You're actually constricted.
Maybe be a pole vaulter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, where's your wee prop? He's like,
don't worry, but I've got it myself.
It's built in. Don't worry. the human pole vault.
But you know what? That sort of thing is like, I just think that. Everyone needs to chill out. There's worse things going on in the world. Like, man, the Middle East and all, bro. Don't worry about a guy getting their penis out.
There's wars happening in the world. Go sort that shit out. And then when you do that, politicians, then you can come back and deal with the pleasure boys' dicks out.
Yeah.
How about that for an idea?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking go over and tell Joe Biden to stop all the shit and whatever. And then fucking figure it out.
And Trump's just going to be FaceTiming the Senate from prison. It's...
It's a weird time we're living in, isn't it?
Like, do you know what? It's everyone's like, oh well. The thing about Trump is he is no doubt classic. Like, you can't say he's a great politician.
No,
but he's entertainment. He's classic.
I mean, he has single-handedly brainwashed the entire country. Imagine someone who tried to overthrow the government on January 6th years ago and makes a complete... People die.
Guy Fawkes, mate.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And then 4 years later, they're like, we should elect him again.
Yeah.
That is insanity.
But now what he's doing is like, I didn't tell them. I didn't tell him to do it. I just maybe could have gone, don't do that a bit stronger. But, you know.
I'm pretty sure the words storm the Capitol came out of his mouth at one point.
But you know what? That's also the problem.
It's just like, banter.
It's like, what's that great philosopher? Is it Spider-Man?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. So if you say something, you need to know, like, every action has a reaction. So if you're saying storm the Capitol, some people might be like, let's take that literally.
Yes, and they
did.
And
then they'll do it, and then that happens, and he's like, oh dear. Oops. You know, problem. So, yeah, but I think America's so fucked now, it's got to the point whereby, to a lot of people, Trump does look like the better option, because there's a 99-year-old dude who like Baba Vanga in the fucking White House.
Yeah, Baba Vanga is Joe Biden essentially at this point.
But then I think there's
Baba Vanga and Joe Biden bucked each other.
I think there's got to be a limit.
The age.
Well, here's the thing. Like driving, you know.
But there's an age limit to there's retirement age.
Yeah.
Why isn't it when they get to retire, they just don't get retired? You know what I mean? If you get to like whatever it is, say your pension age in America is 70 or whatever. Why isn't when you get to 70 they just don't go, all right, that's you. You fucking, you know what I mean? You did all right.
You're a bit too old to be the president. Why? I'm only 97. Relax. You know, but like I think if you have to go to bed with a wee Ovaltine and you may or may not piss yourself at night, you shouldn't be the president.
Yeah, I mean Biden just keeps falling. Yeah. At any other, his balance is not good.
Tell you what though, he must do a bit of weights because he doesn't break his bones that much when he falls so much. Yeah. He almost turns it into like a roll.
Yeah, you know, like Willy Wonka. He's just gonna come out. Ta-da!
Exactly. Willy Biden. I mean, see if he does that, I'd vote for him.
He'd win the hearts. What about our boy Jimmy Carter, still alive?
Yeah, we did that. We gave a big shout out at the start of the year and on the SLY Guy.
We're halfway through the year and he's made it.
Carter still made it. Now, is he still as what's the word?
He's
functioning as he was at that time.
He's definitely. I think he's gotten worse. He's definitely not gotten better.
Like you wouldn't use the phrase "doing a wild lot" when it comes to Jimmy Carter. Like he's not really doing a wild lot, is he? He's just kind of there and like. With a dry mouth and all.
Yeah. You have to put a wee spray on it. You have to spray his tongue.
Like his missus has to, when she's watering the plants, has to go past. Oh no.
Yeah. She died a few years ago.
Who was that? June Carter? She married to Johnny Cash as well? Thank you.
Don't know what Jimmy Carter's wife's name used to
Coach?
be. Nick?
Yeah, oh no. Aaron, R.I.P. Yeah, the Carters are a fucked up family, aren't they?
Yeah. Beyond, what's Jay-Z? Are there Carters?
Yeah, isn't he? Yeah, he's what is Jay-Z's
Carter
name?
Knowles.
Sean Carter.
Carter. They hyphened theirs. I believe. Well, she did anyway.
You know what? Don't do that.
No. What would you have been if Catherine's
Morton Elliott?
What would you have been?
Morton Elliott.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dave Morty Elliott.
I know. All right,
Morty Elliott.
Nah, I just think like I don't like that personally. I think it's weird.
You old school. You're like you take my name, big
girl. I like it. You take more than my name, you know. But I just think, I think it's sort of weird. It's almost like, I mean, everyone each to their own, and they can be different. And you can say I'm being, what's the word?
Old school.
There's old school, but also being a wee bit paranoid and maybe a wee bit sort of in what's the word? Oh, fuck, my brain's gone. I'm doing a full Biden. Being like insecure. That's it. But like there's a footballer, Gary Taylor Fletcher, used to play for Brighton, and he was just Gary Fletcher before he met his wife, and then he took on her name. I just think it's a bit weird. I also think if you hyphenate your name, it's almost like you're not fully committed to the marriage, if that makes sense, because you're like, you know, not taking the name on, because like traditionally marriage would be you take the name and that's it, whereas now it's like prenups. I think if anyone signs a prenup, you're like, you're going to split up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, see, when I was getting married, I'd be like, oh, I'm not doing a prenup.
Yeah.
Because I want to get married to you, and if you do,
so you don't have a prenup.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Which is shit for me 'cause she's more dough than me. But, you know, I just think it's that's maybe my old fashioned side. But if I was Jay-Z, I'd be like, if you especially if I'm Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Because Beyonce, no harm to Jay-Z. Jay-Z is what you would call, I think, an ugly dude.
Yeah. And by the way, for Beyonce, who is...
Beyonce is probably, if not the most beautiful woman ever, close to. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And like if I'm Jay-Z and I like say if Beyonce is married to me, I'd be a bit like, Beyonce, I'm a wee bit insecure here because you are so hot and it's evident that I'm really punching here. Can you just take my name to give me a wee bit of security that I don't think you're going to bend me off and just become Beyonce Knowles again, please? And then she's like, if you signed a prenup, I'm like, that's another thing, Beyonce. I, with all due respect, I will never leave you.
Yeah.
I'll never, because you're Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know,
but then he did cheat on her, remember? That was the whole Lemonade album stuff about, and it was it's fucking Jay-Z, you dirty boy, you know what I mean?
Who did he cheat on her with? Was it Rihanna, or is that just a rumour?
No, there was loads of girls rumoured, but none were ever officially confirmed. Rita Ora might have been a rumoured one as well.
Rita Ora, she always seems, their name's always in the papers, isn't it? She's always up
dirty,
there.
Dirty bastard. She's married that guy, Taika Waititi, which is a fun name.
That is random. He's great.
You think he's great?
Yeah, I like some of the stuff he's done.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in? Or didn't he direct Jojo Rabbit?
He did. That was the last movie I seen before cinemas closed down in COVID, and it was potentially the saddest movie ever.
Yeah, we're talking about crying at Disney films. Did you cry watching Jojo Rabbit?
I think I did. I also smuggled in a full Domino's pizza to watch it.
Nice. How'd you smuggle it in?
Strapped it to my body like a suicide bomber.
Let me just think. That was the last film you saw pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it wasn't China after all. Maybe it was you fucking up the Matrix by sneaking a pizza in the cinema. You fucked the world. That's what it was. That's it.
Yeah. The dominoes spread throughout the cinema, and that's what happened. Yeah.
You know, because it does follow on from that.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
But you know what, Joe? I thought Jojo Rabbit was grand.
Just alright.
Grand. Didn't love it. But I thought it was grand. That scene was sad.
Oh, when she's hanging?
Was that Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why I was sad. I was like, not her.
I bet cut her down.
She's great. Yeah.
Where's Prince Charming?
There's life in her yet. Ah.
When you wish, blah, blah. You know, disgusting.
But yeah. Anyway.
A lot of fun. Like, what are you up to yourself then? Any plans coming up over the summer? Any shows? We had a wee joke about that during the week about some people just, that's what you up to much? What are you working on? Any crack? I think that Scarlett Johansson joke sort of went a bit flat, you know, because it was a necrophiliac joke. You know, let's go back to Dahmer.
Bomber?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all good, mate.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to. I mean, I don't have to say this.
You can look down the camera. If you
I don't have to say it. I don't want to say
people
it.
a message.
I went on a run yesterday.
Okay.
And
of what? A literal run or like
I run on the streets.
All right, or a streak.
And like, I put my nipple plasters on because you don't want your nipples to chafe and burn.
Are there such a thing as specific nipple plasters? Like,
yeah, there's running nipple plasters.
Actual plasters.
No, you don't put actual plasters on because they fall off. As my friend Ryan Ralph learned during the marathon this time when he put 10 different plasters on his nipples and they all fell off.
Yeah, you know what? Can I also say one thing about Ryan Ralph? Mm-hmm. Haven't seen a pair of gutties since primary school.
No.
And then this motherfucker runs a full marathon. He
ran in slippers essentially.
Has he been committed to an asylum yet?
He should be.
Yeah, he's a header.
He's not right in the head, bless him, but he loves it. Loves it.
He went out running like as if he was auditioning for a musical version of Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Like, what's he doing?
And about 30 minutes into the marathon, he was in a bad way. Mm-hmm. I was like, you have a long shift ahead of you. But I have just realised from touching my own nipples that I'm still wearing the plasters from yesterday.
Can you do me a favour? Can you unbutton the shirt and show me? I've not seen this. Unbutton it. Let's
get
it.
No, I'm not unbuttoning the shirt. Look.
Oh, no. They're nipple coloured as well.
Yeah, they're clear.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. They're the weirdest things ever. They're like Jennifer Lopez wears.
Oh, do you know, I feel so much more comfortable now that I did that.
And do you have one?
Yeah, I have another one.
Oh, no.
Let's get it off.
And you had them on yesterday.
I've had them on.
So you've been running around with nipple plasters on for
24 hours.
Stick them in your ears like earrings.
Is that good?
Oh, they don't even pick up. They're the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And do you have small wee nipples, or that's just to cover the teeth?
I have pretty small nipples, but they're just for the peak.
Yeah.
They're just for the lactating bit.
Because you know, like, men don't have lactating nipples apparently, but I knew a guy who could squeeze milk out of his nipples. I think it was just sweat.
Now hold on. What do you mean?
He squeezed his nipples and juice came out.
That's not good. That's bound to be a medical thing of some kind.
Yeah.
Oh, my nipples feel so free now.
Do you feel better, or do you?
Yeah, I do. I feel like something was holding me back.
I don't like the way you're touching. I feel like you're getting a bit turned on by rubbing your nips. Like you're like, ooh.
Oh, missing on there was good, wasn't it?
Oh,
the
isolate that clip and send it to the team behind Miss and I.
Yeah, shout out to ACI Models. I think I'm getting signed soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To host the show or to be a model?
Just getting signed.
Can I ask you a question without being disrespectful?
Yeah.
You know, a bit old.
Dear Elliot. Excuse me.
Do you know what I mean? To be a model, like the models, not sort of they knock off at about like 20 or something.
Look, I can't make the decisions for the girls.
Do you know Joey Essex?
I know of.
You know why he's Reem?
I've heard of this.
He's 33.
He's in Love Island.
Yeah, and people are kicking off about that because he's in Love Island and they're saying he's a dirty bastard and all.
Yeah, people used to come up. People still come up to me and go, "You should be in Love Island." And you go, "Why?" They're like, "Because be a laugh, wouldn't it?" And you're like, the last thing the villain needs is a 35-year-old man dandering about.
Yeah,
just like.
But now, I sometimes think about this and I go, would I like to be in Love Island if I was single at my age? I mean, imagine me in a pair of
If you're in your early 20s, oh no.
Just kicking about the villa. Oh, no. Like, here, lads, I'll do a barbecue. Come on, bring us a tin of beer.
You do a fucking great barbecue at the villa, to be fair.
Yeah,
you'd be
alright. You know what? I'd be good fun, but I would end up just becoming automatically perv guy.
Yeah.
Because none of the girls would be interested in my big old fat ass. I'd be sitting there drinking beers, going fucking shut on you, you know? You know, like wanting to watch football, especially with the Euros on. I'd be like, where's the TV? Let's get the Euros on. Let's get a lot of beers in. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But I think, like, Joey Essex, to me, this is where the problem arises. I think Joey Essex is similar to you in that, like...
Yeah, me and him are very similar.
But you're like guys who come across younger than they are. You know what I mean? Like when you find out you're 63, it's a shock.
Yeah.
You know, whereas you find out my age and you go, fuck, you're much younger than I thought.
Yeah.
Whereas you find yours, because we're like a year difference.
Yeah.
You know, you're the year below me.
Yeah.
And yet I look potentially 10 years older. You look 10 years younger.
I'm older than Alan Irwin.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Alan is a guy who has just one of those... He's got a well-lived-in face. You know, he's a man whose face is told...
lived in.
It's told 1,000 stories.
Yeah, it's calloused. He's like Bombi V or
whatever
that predictor's name
he put a picture up recently of him as a younger guy. I look at him now going, you have aged very well. Like, I think you look great now.
But that's because at 20 he looked 80.
Yeah, but now he looks... He's got the hair short.
It's not that he's aged well. He's just...
No, I think he looks great now because I think that's
got that grey in his beard now.
But the grey looks good. He looks
pussies.
I think he looks. I think Alan looks brilliant. And you know what
they say? Grey in your beard means that you're eating doot. No, I thought that's what. If you eat greys, I'm 30 bars.
I'll Gandalf the Great here, you know.
Yes.
Vandalf the Great. Thank you.
The noise really helped. But yeah,
I think I'd shout out to Alan. Big fan of Alan's.
We love Alan.
Doing some support for me on the tour as well. Big shout out.
Alan.
Another couple of days. I noticed you have pulled out of a gig and I wondered what you're up to, and then I see you're doing a show somewhere else.
Well, my theory on it was it's good that Alan can get some work and I can get some work that night. Fair. Yeah. I thought it's good that like we could both get, instead of me doing, you know what I mean? So I thought it was
fair. And who else is on that gig you're doing?
Me, Willie,
Boo,
Gary,
Boo,
Pollock, and Darren Matthews.
Boo.
I know.
I mean, what I will say, they're really promoting that gig as like an American thing because
I didn't know that.
Day. Yeah.
I just got tagged in a poster today. I seen it and went, "Oh, is that what we're doing?"
I was trying to make a joke there, and I was going to go Independence Day, but I don't know what that means.
To be fair,
it's an all-meal lineup.
Independence Day, yeah, I like that.
Independence Day could just be a gay event.
Yeah.
You know what? Are you into penis? I've got an event for you, Independence Day.
Yeah, or it's like a gay alien themed porno.
Yeah, from Peru.
Yeah. Do you know what I was looking? Do you know what I was looking at today?
I do want to know because you just said it looks like a gay porn. You know what I was looking at today?
Yeah. No.
Please tell me.
No.
Men and black men.
Similar. You were on the right theme there.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys for life.
Very bad boys.
Yeah. What I was going to say is Will and Martin Lawrence.
Oh,
oh
no.
for fuck's sake. Oh no.
Oh no.
Free OJ.
No, don't you. You can't.
Why are you wearing a Palestine football shirt?
Oh, he is too. Look at that. He's put his MAGA hat on.
Oh no.
What was I going to say? Bob,
you know what? I'm fully meant to say Israel there. I both that.
Did you? Well,
Yeah.
there you go. You corrected yourself.
Fuck's sake.
Here's the thing. I don't know which one is the one you're meant to say.
Well,
I know people go. I don't know.
Well, what I will say briefly about that, what's going on there is an absolute travesty.
It's bad crack.
It is bad crack.
I'd say it's bad
And
crack.
Benjamin Netanyahu, problem.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Netanyahu,
All right.
the Prime Minister of Israel, not a sweet guy.
Terrible name.
Disgraceful behaviour.
Yeah.
Problem.
Bad boys for life.
Yes, he's a bad boy for life.
Yeah.
He's definitely a bad boy for life.
Now, though, Will and Martin are up there in age now.
Yes.
Can they still really be bad boys if they're like...
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are if you have a Glock in the end of your hand, brother.
Yeah.
And they're popping off shit.
Yeah.
Especially now, like, I feel a bit awkward because Will is kind of like a bad guy for hitting Chris Rock. Now,
People have really forgot about that, haven't they?
Yeah, but also people have kind of, like, some comedians aren't big fans of Chris Rock. I don't think sometimes I've heard he's not the soundest guy. So some of them are like, I fuck him. And other ones are like, it's a disgrace. So the thing of when a comedian gets hit, you're like, oh no. But also, you know, if one gets hit, that's a piece of shit. Like, there's some comedians we could name, and I'd be like, if they got smacked on stage, I go, ha ha. You know, and others.
Yeah,
would be
one
like,
was just in
disgrace.
here.
Yeah. But by the way, he would love that.
Well, if he got smacked
Oh,
on
see
stage.
if anyone goes to see a show. Storm Estate, he loves hugs.
Yeah, he says.
loves it.
Yeah, he
He's
loves
like,
when like people get involved in the show.
Yeah,
loves
like,
when like people
he
like.
does boxing and all now, so he's like, come on
Yeah.
the stage and punch him.
Yeah. He loves someone just punching him in the belly just every time for
in the
a bit of
dick,
crack.
full dick.
Yeah,
Just in fact, bite his dick. He wants dudes to bite his dick. Live shows. He does. He does.
Yeah, but there's the Chris Rock thing was like. I think it's more the magnitude of the event.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't just punch him in a comedy club.
But you know what?
It's in front of all your peers, the fucking industry, the world is watching, and you get smacked.
But there's so many bitch moments through it. Like, whenever Chris Rock got hit, he was like, it was only a joke. And you're like, man, just don't. You know what I'd have done? I'd have gone, and fallen to the ground and pretended to be dead. And then I'd have said to my publicist, put out a press release to say I'm dead, please. And then we'll fake my death and all. But then also, I think part of that is Will Smith has been made look like such a dick by his wife.
Yeah.
She has made him look like such a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And then
not great,
they've just
is it?
split up, you know.
They split officially.
But then he was like, after all, so he's probably released, because like, if he loves her and all, and he's stressed out, and he knows she's shagging their son's mates and all, he'd be so embarrassed. And then whenever he slags her, he's probably trying to be like, oh, I'll defend her, and then afterwards, the wee fucking Ming merciless looking bastard just slings his hook like in the SLY, you know.
Sly thing is, they've loads of fucking money.
Yeah.
And they're just fuck up.
Yeah, stick a fucking wig on, Jade, and fuck up. You know? But imagine that. Like, I'd be so scundered if Catherine's like, I've got a podcast, you want to come on? Yeah, sweet. And you sit down. She's like, by the way, cheating on you. What? Why are you recording this? You know what?
Yeah.
The ultimate vengeance would be if Will Smith smacked her.
Yeah.
But it can't be.
It would make a good sound
you know,
on the head.
You have to do the Sean Connery. You know, it can't be a closed fist. It has to be an open fist. It has to be a slap. You know, and then and it wouldn't be a slap to the face because violence against women's not good.
Yeah.
It could be a slap to the baldy bonds, like. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean knew how to
Do you know what?
fuck shit up, like.
Who's Sean?
Yeah.
Who's Sean?
Connery?
Ah, right, okay. I was like Sean Carter. I was thinking of Jay-Z again.
No.
But he's probably Buckner too. He's bucking around, isn't he? That'd be the ultimate win, wouldn't it, for Will, if he got with Beyonce? Oh, yeah. That would be...
I mean, that's the ultimate win for anyone.
Yeah. But then again, Cassie, she's another one who's a super babe.
Who the fuck's Cassie?
And P. Diddy's fucking chasing her down a hotel and throwing her around. He's a fucking... See, Diddy, I'm calling you out. Davey versus Diddy, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, the comedians boxing next year.
Yeah, you know what? I would do comedians boxing if Diddy would. I'd be
Yeah,
scundered
I
if he,
bet.
imagine he beat the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
And then suck me off when I was unconscious.
Well, of course, that's what he does.
Yeah.
To all the people he beats up.
But I mean, I couldn't believe it. When I saw footage, I was like, you piece of shit.
I mean, it's a matter of time before he In jail, isn't it?
But then your boy R. Kelly, like, what the fuck? Why is he in jail? And then Diddy's running about.
See, it's because Diddy.
Bullshit.
I think it's because Diddy's FBI spy, and they need to protect Diddy. So they take the heat off Diddy.
Yeah.
They put our boy R in jail.
Because R's that, like, he's the one who'd be like, oh, well, what's the weirdest thing you've ever done? He's like, oh, I used to wank thinking about my ma. Right, R, you're in jail. You're a fucking weird guy.
Yeah, I like to pee on people.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that out in public.
I've made a song. It's 24 songs into one. It's called Trapped in the Closet. What's it about? I'm gay. What?
Yeah.
Weird. So I just think, Diddy's. But then people are now going, this is what's weird about conspiracies, isn't it? Or like when the public come up with theories, like, oh, Diddy's a piece of shit. And like, yeah, he is. And then they go, he killed Biggie and Tupac and he did 9/11. You're like, just because he's a piece of shit doesn't mean he's done everything bad ever.
They stretch it a wee bit, don't they? Like but no.
He assassinated Abraham Lincoln, bro. You don't know, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what way that ends up.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. But you know what? I always thought that he was a bit weird because his music was never like amazing. But he was so rich. You're like, how are you that rich off that shit? So Spy, you're right.
Netflix are putting out the documentary. Did he do it? You know that, don't you?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And it's produced by 50 Cent.
Oh no. There's the #1 mug off merchant in all of entertainment.
Yeah.
50 Cent. See when he's like, when I saw that thing, fuck Diddy. He's like, what did you fuck me for? It's so funny. What did I do? Oh, that's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
50 cents, what a guy. You know what puts me off? All the Diddy chat. The year we Diddy plasters are sitting there.
I know. And he did.
It's weird. Have you finished? Your Fanta?
Yeah,
yes, good,
it's finished. So I put the.
Wait, what flavour is that?
So it's pineapple and grapefruit, but it's just Lilt. Remember Lilt? Kids these days won't know the good fucking fortune of Lilt.
Do you remember? Speaking of nice drinks from childhood, Bongo.
Yes.
Down the jungle where nobody goes. Ding dong. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah. I mean, probably can't say that anymore.
Yeah, you can.
You go to the Congo and they're like, you don't drink water here, do you? You only drink on Bongo. Next thing you know, fucking cancelled. Imagine me landing in the Congo. Right, lads, where's the on Bongo? That's racist. Straight away to jail. But no, it's an advert.
You get hung up by a wee tribe and spit roasted like a pig.
And then they're like, and when they finish, they're all like fucking knackered, dehydrated. They whip out the on Bongo and then start drinking it. But that used to be a genuine fear of mine. Like, I was like, if you go to jungle, you're going to, and like, especially me, I would fucking feed a village for months. Do you know what I mean? They put me in a big soup pot. That quicksand.
You're a butcher's delight.
Oh, that's what they call me, the butcher's delight.
The butcher's delight is you right now.
The dirty butcher's delight.
Yeah.
But that was always a big fear. I was like, you can't go to jungle because there's going to be wee cannibals in there and I'll put you in a big pot.
Well, there is. There definitely is.
Yeah, but then don't go to. But why, when you're a kid, are you like, I'm going to bed at night going like, fuck, I might get eaten by cannibals here.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I might fall into quicksand.
Yeah. You do worry about stuff like that, don't you? You're like, we live in Northern
volcanoes.
Ireland.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Shit, scared of volcanoes.
Yeah.
Now, we probably live in one of the best places in the world.
Yeah, there's no wildlife here at all.
No. You get the odd, but then those mad bastards out of Wild Ireland being like, we want to raise the bears. I want to let them out whenever they're ready to go back into the wild.
Is that a thing?
Belong. Oh, why? That's their goal ultimately. But Wild Ireland's a great spot. You go in then, but if the
Wild Ireland's
in Donegal, aye.
Oh right.
And they're like, apparently back in the day, back when Ireland was indigenous, before Mayo and Sucat got rid of all the snakes.
Yep.
There used to be other wild animals in Ireland like boars and bears.
Okay.
And wolves. Oh my. So the mission statement of Wild Ireland is to, bring these animals back to their natural habitat and then eventually let them out. Now, residents have gone, lads, here's the thing, it's not like it used to be. We now live in houses here. I don't want there to just be birds running about.
Yeah, I don't want to look at the front driveway and see a big black bird.
So I think but there are other brands of bears too. I think the guy who runs it goes, all right, we'll just keep them in then. And they're like, yes, it's a good idea. Because imagine how fucking shit it would be if he just went, right, let's go out into the wild, leave these two bears out, and then they mate, and then there's just fucking bears running about Ireland. It's all this guy's fault. That's why they should be.
Padre Pio has to come back to drive the bears out of Ireland.
I know.
That's the resurrection of him. Yeah. Maybe it's all a big conspiracy to get him to a wee PR.
You know who I would get to try to lure all the bears out of Ireland?
Oh, just
Graham Norton. He just comes out and plays a wee skin whistle and gets them out of Ireland. Goes back to London.
Yeah. It'll be a different type of bear.
Yeah,
They'll go with it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd be such a mug, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
All the gay bears leave Ireland, and then it's just real bears
Oh,
left. No,
it's just Twink City.
like what are there's weird films out there, isn't there? Like fucking The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and
Yes.
like fucking Alien versus Predator.
Yep.
What about Bear versus Bear? And it's a story of the Irish gay bears versus the black bears.
That's
And they're
class.
trying to just fucking get them out.
We leave and go to NI screen right now,
Let's
and we
do it.
tell them, listen, whatever money you had allocated to the Game of Thrones budget, give it. You don't need to anymore.
Yeah.
We've got the movie.
And then like there's a thing they have a segment in it, the bear necessities, and the gay bears have a toolkit.
It's just douches.
Just a dildo, one dildo in every bag, double ender, and they have to beat off the bears with the dildos.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
It's like one of those James Cameron sci-fi movies it's turned into now.
James Cameron, if you're listening,
Yeah.
Bear
If you
versus
look at
bear.
after Avatar's over, bear versus bear. You know what I mean? CGI bears, real bears,
flying bears with laser eyes.
whatever we want. You know what I mean? The bears have no limit in this story.
No,
The
they're
saga continues.
They're unlimited bears.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's a limit on this podcast, and I think we've reached
Dang
that
it.
limit. What a time to go.
Dang it.
Mr. Butler, anywhere people can find you if they're looking you?
Aaron Butler online. There's all gigs.
No,
on
that's
Instagram,
actually
so
your website, isn't it?
Well, that's my Instagram handle.
Right, okay, because I just wasn't sure whether you're just saying that you are online.
I am online, and Aaron Butler online
There
is
you
my
go.
handle for all socials, all website stuff. You know where I'm at.
Tickets,
By
and
this
of
point,
course, your Special Africa is still streaming on YouTube. It's doing
Flying,
really well.
Flying,
So
good
get on
views,
that if you
good
haven't
comments.
watched it.
Yes,
And,
it's free for everyone. Free special.
And
Enjoy
then
that.
we actually both we have a meeting now at NI Screen.
Yep.
So we're going
We've got to go pitch Bears v Bears.
Bear versus Bears.
Hopefully we'll
part
get an
2.
Irish grant for that one. We'll have to do it
Yes,
in
which
Gaelic.
is Bear versus Amberish,
Yeah.
which will be a lot of fun. So thanks for watching the podcast. See you again soon.